you may not know this, but I have a big sensitivity towards women because I was dependent upon my mother. My mother took care of me. And when my father passed, I remember walking, I'm like this tall, I'm like Sabrina's size or Scarlett's size. And I would wander into my mom's bedroom and I would just stand over her and to make sure she was still breathing. Because I just lost my dad. So I'm just like, am I going to lose my mom too, right? So I had this tremendous dependency on this woman that would raise myself, my twin brother, and 3 other kids. And so I've always had this connection with women. I have 2 older sisters that mentored me and guided me. And when I was lost and struggling and wandering around, one of my sisters came up to me and said, "What are you doing?" And it just like, and I didn't even have an answer for it. So I went about putting my life together at 25. And I would not meet Elena for 20 years. Is that right, Elena? 20 plus years. And when I met her, by the way, I met a bunch of women along the way that I wanted to be my wife, but I wasn't ready. And Elena's probably talked about this, about you got to get you ready. If you're getting junk in your life, it's because you have some junk in your life. There's nothing bad happening to you. It's happening because of you. It's basically, oh, wow. It's just a reminder. You hate it, but like, wow, goddamn, why did that guy do that to me? Why did that person do that to me? Why did that person rip me off? Because you still have some of that junk in your life. At least I did. Maybe you don't. Maybe bad's just happening to you. You're just a victim. Well, I decided I didn't just want to be a victim, that it was actually better for me to be in a position to say, oh, no, I'm making that happen to me. Because if I'm a victim, oh, my God, I can't even change it. So I couldn't find the right woman. And trust me, ladies, I was trying. But it was mostly like I was literally just trying to find this woman that I could do something with. Keep in mind, I didn't have kids until I was 51 years old. So I knew I didn't have kids because I knew I wasn't ready to be a father. I was married to this business, to this dream that I had. And when I met Elena, and I always talk to you guys about, man, to get somewhere else, you must leave where you are. You will never, and I'm going to tell you this for everybody in the room, you will never, ever experience great change in your life unless you're willing to give up something that you have right now. Every single time in my life, I have had to give up something I wanted. I'm not talking about getting rid of the bad stuff. You got to get rid of something that you actually worked for to get. Might have been the house. It might have been, oh, my kids are in the best schools now. It's going to be something painful. For you to get to the next place, you have to give up something that you worked for really, really hard. So I sold my house. One day I had this cognition. Hey, to get what you want, you have to give up what you have. That has been true for me throughout my entire life. I had to leave Lake Charles, Louisiana. Went to Houston, had to leave Houston once I got comfortable with my community and my friends. Had to leave San Diego, had to go to LA. LA is a pit compared to La Jolla. Nobody goes from La Jolla, California up to Los Angeles. Nobody does that. You'll leave Kansas City to go to Los Angeles because you want to be an actor. I met Elena within 5 minutes of arriving in LA. I sold my house. I didn't leave it vacant as a backup plan. I left this house, okay? Like I couldn't buy this house today if I wanted to. It was it was a precious little treasure. I had to give that up. By the way, I had to give up being the mayor of my little town. Everybody knew me. There wasn't a restaurant I couldn't walk into. I could always get a seat. I could always get the best seat. I had it right in my hand. This is what I'm telling you guys. You have to be willing to give something up, and the moment you do, you better have your partner on your side. Whoever's in your life, mom, whoever's the big influence, that significant other person in your life that you're going to consult, that everybody's going to consult. Every one of you are going to, hey, what do you think? Should I? You better have that person on your side. In my case, I was by myself. So my consultant was like, you going to do this, dog? I called my buddy, Dale. Dale, you think I should? He's like, you're miserable, bro. You got everything you want and you're miserable. He's like, what do you have to risk? Sold the house, went to Los Angeles, lived in a hotel. I went from a house on the ocean to living in a hotel. The hotel room was probably like, I don't know, maybe the size of this stage. So please, please do whatever you got to do this weekend to figure out whatever you got to do to get rid of whatever is holding you back, most of which is something you worked hard to get. Okay? Maybe before the weekend's over, you could write down 2 or 3 or 4 things you worked really hard to get that you think you're supposed to keep. You got them already. You got it. You already did that. You don't have to keep it. That thing that you're trying to keep may be keeping you away from the thing you need to become.